everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is he a blessing or a nightmare? Is he a blessing or a nightmare? Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now we have a letter. Let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. She entitled her letter, Long Distance Relationship. And she says that she is 35 and he is 38. All right, we young people. Okay, here we go. I am in a long distance relationship with a man who lives in the same state as me. There's 5-hour distance between us. I live in Houston. He lives in Dallas. We met online in August 23. Okay, now wait a minute. August 23. We're in 24 now, so 8 months ago. I was hesitant about being more than friends with him because I had never been in a long-distance relationship, nor was I ever interested. Yeah, because long-distance relationships are difficult. He convinced me that things could work out, and even told me if things did not work out, he'd move to me. I could move to him, or we could both start over new in a city between our two current cities. All right, so he's willing to do a lot of things just to get it going. This sounded like an okay idea in the beginning until I learned he was telling me lies. And I woke up to reality that I will still need to be available to my daughter. We both desire marriage, which is what drew us to one another. All right, you met him online, and what, you said that you were looking for a husband, and he said he was looking for a wife? That doesn't bring you any closer to marriage. Men say that online because they know that's why you on there, looking for a husband. Okay, it's a trap. Although my feelings of uncertainty caused me to partially ignore him for weeks, his persistence with messaging me, sending me Bible scriptures, and encouraging notes, even when I barely responded to him, encouraged me to give him a chance. Well, yeah, I know he got you with those Bible verses. Let's say if you are a godly woman, and then he's going to present himself as a godly man, of course, that's going to be a plus. So he is going to quote you scriptures, to solidify that. He was not my preference, look-wise, at first, but he grew on me. Well, that can happen. If a man is persistent, he can grow on you. All right, but that doesn't mean it's going to turn into love just because he grows on you. After a while, whatever he looks like, you can look past that. And especially if he's super kind, you can look past it for a while. But there's going to come a time when you're going to realize that you settled. Okay? What made me look twice at him and push past my preferences and focus on my needs is that he came along after years of me praying for my husband. Just because he was the first one that popped up after all of your praying, that doesn't mean that he was the answer. That doesn't mean at all. Maybe he was the test to see if you were ready for what you asked for. You have to look at it like that, ladies. That's why I say take your time. Okay? He is respectful, believes in and has a relationship with God, has good character, his own apartment, vehicle, and a decent paying job. Okay, these are all things that you can know in the first few months of dating. Remember, you only known this dude 8 months. Okay? It took me a while, but after chatting and FaceTiming with him, I finally made the trip to visit him in Dallas in late October. Wow, that was moving fast. You met him in August, September, 3 months. You already took off to Dallas? He made me feel like he is my husband. Okay, so he had sex with you, right? He had sex. Okay. He was respectful. I enjoyed spending time with him. He is honest and open, just like me. Funny, intelligent, overall, just a nice guy. Yeah, in 3 months, he can be a super nice guy. He lives in Dallas. You live in Houston. You don't know what he is in between that time when you're not with him. The real him comes out. You don't know what that's like. Okay. Months passed. We continued to talk and get to know each other. I knew it wasn't going to be long before I was taken off the market. He made me feel safe, like a priority. But after he asked me to be his woman in January, and I accepted, he got lazy. Well, look, he was already getting everything that he needed from you. I doubted if this dude was even thinking about marrying you. That was just putting you on a string. You see? So you'd give up everything you had for him. So now he's gotten lazy. He was still calling, but the things he was doing during our talking stage, like being excited about the possibility of getting married, sending me money for lunch, and putting gas in my car, making me a priority, etc., slowed down. Yeah. Can't you see why it slowed down? He got what he wanted. It was all a ruse to get what he wanted out of you. This man don't know you. He can't know you in 3 or 4 months. Ladies. Okay. And you definitely can't know him in that short of a time. Time with his family and video games became most important. I like him and we are still holding on, but there are other things I've noticed that makes me feel stressed and like there's a lot of pressure for us to get married. All right, where's the pressure coming from? I doubt it if it's coming from him. Where the pressure coming from? I doubt it if it's coming from his family. I think the pressure is coming from you. Because you want to be married. You see, you thought this is where this was going. All right, so let's read on. Let me explain. He said he would never move from Dallas to be with me in Houston because he doesn't want to leave his parents or his job. Well, I understand this. He has no kids. I have a 17-year-old. That's one thing. Number 2, all of his family lives in Dallas. And his older sister and her husband live close to his parents. Number 3, he works from home. He got all kinds of excuses. He's not trying to move to Houston with you. I work in an office. I told him it make more sense for him to move since he heavily pursued me and refused to take no for an answer. And I'm more restricted than he is. Yeah, because now you're confused. He's not willing to move to be with you, but he pursued you hard and all of that. He probably just wanted sex. That's what it looks like to me. I got uncomfortable to build a new life for myself, but he has lived in Dallas all his life. He said he isn't me. He isn't willing to get uncomfortable, but says I'm his wife. You know what? He got you on the string. He's telling you that you're his wife because he wants all the benefits of being married, but none of the responsibility. He's blatantly showing you that. Okay? I'm in school, and he emotionally supports me, not having much time to talk to him as I used to, but I think it's because he likes space and he is dependent on me graduating so I can uproot my life and move to Dallas. Why is it all about you uprooting? No. I don't get it. No, I wouldn't. It's not the move that bothers me. It's the selfishness that he isn't willing to get uncomfortable to be with me, but expects me to do that for him. If men can get you to do it, they will. They will. And ladies, this is a crazy thing because men have gotten women to uproot themselves and move across the country to be with them. And when the woman gets there, they dog them out. Mistreat them emotionally, physically, sexually, just takes full advantage of them because she's between a rock and a hard place. She doesn't have any money to go anywhere. She's got to suffer it out with him until she can see a way out. Men know this. Low vibrational men are not above trying to entrap you in something. Okay? He doesn't see me making all the sacrifices as an issue, but sees it when I turn the table. I told him that I'm not comfortable leaving Houston with a daughter that is about to go to college in 1 year. She wants to go to college here. So I feel bad asking her to go to one in Dallas so I can be happy with him. He knows that I am all she has here, family-wise, but doesn't seem to care. He said I could move to Dallas with him and visit my daughter when I can. No. He's selfish. He's flat out all about him. You don't want to be stuck with a man like this. No. That upset me because I can't understand how he can ask me to choose him over my daughter. Men will do that. Men will get in between you and your children if you allow it, ladies. And too many of you have allowed it. You know, some of you ladies have thrown your children out into the street because the man doesn't want them around. So you do anything to keep the man against your own blood. Don't do it, ladies. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. He's not worth it. If a man asks you to make a choice between your child and him, he's not worth it. The man is not worth it. Okay. I want to be close to my daughter until she gets an associate degree, so I can feel better about her completely living on her own. He said he's fine with that and that we can continue long distance dating until I'm ready to move to Dallas. That won't be for at least another 3 years. I don't see that would work. I told him I need to see him in person, hang out with him, spend quality time with him in order to feel like I'm actually in a relationship and building toward marriage. You're absolutely right what you told him. That's solid. That's what you need. He said he feels like he's in a relationship and makes me feel silly for what I told him I need. He immediately goes into, you must not want me as much as you say you do. If you don't feel like you're in a relationship with me, and we talk every day. You know, that's baloney, what he just told you. Don't go for that. You know, don't go for that. I guess to make him stop complaining, he compromises by coming to visit me once a month for 1.5 days It frustrates me because he passes up ample opportunity to spend time with me. I allow him to stay at my house so he doesn't have to worry about hotel expenses. He works remote. So this dude can work anywhere. He's looking for you to sacrifice to be with him. He made that statement that he's trying to make you feel guilty when he says that maybe you don't feel the same way about me as I feel about you. He's showing you he don't feel that much about you. And you should show him that you feel the same way about him as he feels about you. And quit over trying to compensate. You see, women have an issue with doing that. Overcompensating. When they feel like things are going bad, now they want to do more to try to patch it up. Because they feel like he's acting funny because of something they did. You didn't do anything at all. He is showing you who he really is now. He's giving you a peek of who he really is. That person that you met in the beginning, especially before you had sex with him, that was his representative. And the representative comes to entice you, to seduce you, to get you in that web. But once he feels like he got you in that web, now he's going to show you his true face. All right, here we go. When I ask him if he isn't interested, he says I sound foolish because no man is going to travel to see a woman he is not getting sex from or any other incentives. Well, that's a lie. I've had plenty of men come see me and travel to come see me when they knew flat out they weren't getting sex. So he's just shooting these shots at you because he feels like you don't know any better. Okay, don't go for it, ladies. Don't go for it. And plus, you can already tell that he is transitional. You don't want to date a man who's transitional because everything he does for you, he's going to want something in return. You don't want to live like that. At all. At all. You don't want to live under somebody's thumb that you got to come up with something, any little nice thing that he does for you. And it looks like he's always going to be putting it in your face about the little breadcrumbs that he gives you, which is nothing. Nothing. If this man really loved you, he would be willing to pull out all stumps to be with you. All stumps. But you can tell, this man, he's acting like he can take it or leave it. He's really acting like he's not interested in marrying you. That's what he's acting like. I can't help but feel like something isn't adding up. Yeah, I feel like it too. When we talk, he makes it clear that he loves me and he envisions our future together. But I don't feel the same way because of the distance and the limits he puts on me to see me. Yeah, because he's just looking for a sex partner. That's why he was already telling you that you was his wife. So if you had picked up and gone to Dallas, you would have just been a sex partner. Then his whole story would have been, well, you're already my wife. What do we need papers for? Why do we need to go down there for? Aren't you happy? Things like that. Lately, I've been fed up of accepting bare minimum and said that we needed to just be friends. But he gets sad, cries, and he begs me not to leave him. Sends gifts to the job and house. Tells me he loves me and I'm his wife. He'll do anything to be with me. But when we talk about the real deal, he comes up with every excuse why he can't move and then turns it back on me and says the only way that he can get married is if I make the move to Dallas. Like I told you, he's transactional. Transactional. Everything that he does, he's going to want payment for it. Maybe he was raised that way. Everything was a transaction. Now, be careful, because narcissists are very transactional. If this man, you haven't even known him long enough. You haven't even known him long enough to even determine if he's narcissistic or not, because every time you see him, he's in a good mood. You know, you see his representative. You never really get to see him. You see, if he is narcissist, he may marry you, but it won't be happy. It'll be the worst nightmare you have ever had if he is narcissist. And, you know, from the way you describe him, he doesn't seem far from it. By the way that he flipped, by the time you had sex with him, then he got lazy with it. But every time you talk about leaving him, he gets frantic. If he is a narcissist, he has to have that supply. Of course, you're a long distance supply if he is indeed a narcissist. But, you know, maybe he's lining you up to be a main supply. Who knows? He says, I'm not trying or giving us a real chance, and guilt trips me by saying he is close to his parents and can't leave them. I'm in the better position to start life over because I have degrees. Well, you don't need to be wasting your time with this loser. This is a waste. Does he have degrees too? Huh? Can he match you dollar for dollar? Does he have more than you? If he doesn't, you need to run away, not walk away. You need to run away. My issue is, I don't think God would have me move 1,000 miles from home less than 3 years ago, only to turn around and move my life all over again, or to leave my freshly grown child in a huge city alone to marry him. Now, that's not of your God. No, I don't think so. Of course, now listen, I don't want you to get offended, but I don't know what God you worship. But hopefully he don't condone this kind of activity. I need your advice, because this situation has been eating at me. I don't want him to resent me, but I don't want to resent him either. But then don't move. Call it off. Let him go. He's no good for you anyway. Listen, this is the thing. Let me read your, let me finish it, and then I'm going to tell you what I think. I really care about him, and he is really kind and caring. But I don't know if I should do as he asked me to do, move to Dallas, or let him go and see if God brings us back together and sends me a new man. It's a hard decision because I don't want to settle. But I was single for 5 years before him, and he seems to be the man I prayed for. I just don't know what to do. Could he be the answer to my prayers or a counterfeit? I'm between my head and my heart. Okay, let's talk about this. Listen, before I met the narcissist, I was asking all the time for true love in my life. That's what I wanted. I had, been in relationships that didn't work out. This time I wanted true love. Guess who came? And who I accepted, because I thought that this was the man that was sent to me. It was the narcissist. The narcissist. Okay? The narcissist came and taught me true love. But see, the lesson wasn't what I thought it was, because I thought true love was loving him. True love was loving myself. You see, that's what I learned from that experience. But before I met him, I was praying for true love forever. Send me true love. That's what I want. I want this man, this next one, to be my true love. And that's what I got. I'm telling you this story because you need to be careful. Just because you pray for this man to come. And those of you who are spiritual, if you go into your meditations and you ask the universe for something, it's coming. But it doesn't mean that others may come before that true one gets to you. That doesn't mean that. You have to love yourself enough not to settle. If the man comes and he is pleasant and loving and nice guy, look at the time that you've known him. In a letter, when you think about it, you've only known the guy 8 months, and that's from August 2023 to now. Can't know nobody that fast. And you talking about marrying him? Are you serious? Are you serious? You setting yourself up for a life of misery. Misery. This guy's a nightmare. No, and you can already tell by the little things he's done already. Because remember, ladies, when you meet a man, you meet the representative. The best representative that they can present, that's who you meet in the beginning. And that's who you met, the nice guy, the wonderful guy, everything. And with narcissists, if this man is a narcissist, when you had sex with him, you bonded with a demon. I hope he's not a narcissist. But I'm telling you, if he is, that's doubly no good. Okay? Because the narcissist will rush you to sex. They are very transitional because everything is about them. And this man is showing you everything is going to be about him. It's not going to be about you at all. He's going to be the priority. And if you want to be with him, you are going to have to submit to him, ladies. And I always talk to you about never submit. There's no reason for you to submit. You have degrees and you can manifest the life you desire. You don't need him. Now you say you were alone for 5 years, I think it said in the letter. It was 5 years that you were alone. Well, hey, I hope you were celibate in 5 years. Because that gave you a chance to clean yourself out at least. At least. But take this relationship as situationship or whatever it was, a lesson. That's what it looks like to me. It doesn't look like a blessing. It looks like a lesson. But if you do not take the lesson, it could turn into your nightmare. I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Ladies, remember, when you meet a man, he's going to put his best foot forward. The best foot that he's got, if he's interested in anything that he sees in you, he's going to put his best foot forward. But that doesn't mean that he has good intentions for you. You have to use your own discernment, whether to choose him or not. Ladies, you got to love yourself. You got to know who you are. You got to know your strength. You choose him. Don't wait for a man to choose you and then do you like a rag doll, telling you, you got to come here, you got to come there if you want to be with me. No. Ladies, you take control from the beginning. And you can manifest the life you desire, ladies. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And also, if you're looking for your affirmation for today, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you all for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.